Yeah, it's your boy, Spiritual Warrior. Excuse me, man. That's from the weed pen. But check this out. It's your boy, Spiritual Warrior. All right, it's the second piece to the first video I made, but I'm finna get descriptive on what I mean by spiritual warfare. And the first chapter of where I'm coming from is talking about negative intrusive thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let y'all hear a nice little introduction into this here work called Outwitting the Devil before I start back talking. Y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this.
Here begins the interview with the devil. I have uncovered the secret code by which I can pick up your thoughts. I have come to ask you some very plain questions. I demand that you give me direct and truthful answers. Are you ready for the interview, Mr. Devil?
Yes, I am. But you must address me with more respect. During this interview, you will address me as Your Majesty.
By what right do you demand such royal respect?
You should know I control 98% of the people of your world. Do you not think that entitles me to rate as royalty?
Have you proof of your claim?
98%,
Yes,
boy.
plenty of it.
Of what does your proof consist?
Of many things. If you want answers, you will address me as Your Majesty. Some things you will understand, some you will not. In order that you may get my viewpoint, I shall describe myself and correct the false notions people have of me and my place of abode.
Yeah.
That is a fine idea, Your Majesty. Start by telling me where you live, then describe your physical appearance.
Check this out.
My physical appearance? Why, my dear Mr. Earthbound, I have no physical body. I would be handicapped by such an encumbrance as those in which you earthbound creatures live. I consist of negative energy.
All right. That's Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, and what you just heard, man, I think it's really just plain to see. You know what I'm saying? You can turn the TV on. You can see it in your home. You can see it at work. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you see it on the road. You know what I'm saying? But, man, this thing made of energy, man. Y'all hear that? It's energy. So we have to be aware of this energy when we are warriors, spiritual warriors at that. And right here, this is a playbook. You know what I'm saying? That the great Napoleon Hill, and I got to give him his cards, man. He put that together. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know what time it is. It's been spoken of this in many different ways. And it got many different names. But this is the Christian version using the devil as a description to help y'all easily understand where I'm coming from and how I'm about to break down these weapons, man. But right now, the first one up, we're gonna show you where the negative thinking comes from.
And I live in the minds of people who fear me. I also occupy 1/2 of every atom of physical matter and every unit of mental and physical energy. Perhaps you will better understand my nature if I tell you I am the negative portion of the atom.
Oh, I see what you are preparing to
Negative
claim.
portion of the
You were
atom.
laying the foundation to say that if it were not for you, there would be no
Check this.
world, no stars, no electrons, no atoms, no human beings, nothing. Is that correct?
True. Absolutely true.
Well,
So what that tell us right there, you know what I'm saying? So man, we're gonna crack the code on this negative thinking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause it seemed like folks out here battling with that, not understanding that it's spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? It's spiritual. And shit, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm tired of it, man. So this is the journey right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but as I continue to do this, ideas continue to come to my mind. Well, this is here, that's amazing for it to be attached to so much things, but we know it's just that's what Outwitting the Devil say. That's a lot of shit to claim on the devil's side. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, gonna keep going.
If you only occupy one half of energy and matter, who occupies the other half?
The other half is occupied by my opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Opposition? What do you mean?
The opposition is what you earthbound call God.
Yeah.
So you have the universe divided up with God. Is that your claim?
Not my claim, but the actual fact. Before this interview is finished, you will understand why my claim is true. You will also understand why it has to be true, or there could be no world such as yours, no earthbound creatures such as you. I am no beast with a forked tongue and a spiked tail.
But you do control the minds of 98 out of every 100 people. You said so yourself. Who causes all the misery?
98, nigga, how the devil have control over 98% of the people, bro? And we gotta see who's that other 2% that it don't. You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, 98% of what we see and going on in this world, boy. Not everybody going crazy, but shit, man. We got some people losing their mind, man. Real talk. But it's deep, though. And where I'm coming from, man, this is deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, cause, you know, if you from the hood like me, man, we live around all this. You know what I'm saying? Man, the devil got many faces, man. You know what I'm saying? And then my thing this here is, man, I'm also doing this for my people, man, to help them understand that this also is a part of the generational curse, man, where all this fucked up thinking and stuff come from, bro, because it's really ridiculous, bro. Like, yeah.
In this 98% devil-controlled world, if you do not.
I have not said that I do not cause all the misery of the world. On the other hand, I boast of it. It is my business to represent the negative side of everything, including the thoughts of you earthbound people.
See that right there, man? That's outwitting the devil saying that. You know what I'm saying? This is the work by Napoleon Hill. And it just told you right there. It gets deeper, family. Because I know everybody's still going to be like, oh, man, here he go. Such. But nah, this for everybody that's going to hear it. So from whoever first see this video, this is the first part of the chapter of where I'm coming from, because I'm finna keep building. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was powerful right there. See, so just think about that, man. Just sitting at home. You know, you with your people, your loved ones. Then here come them negative, intrusive thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it could be something that, you know, you could use as an indicator, like, damn, there's some negativity. Who in the family got this vibe on them right now? And then you just sit back and observe. And then at the same time, that could be used as something that could show you that, oh, that energy is present. Or you could be picking up somebody else's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But then, too, you see where it's coming from, man. You got to outwit the devil every day, then within yourself. You know what I'm saying?
How else could I control people? My opposition controls positive thought. I control negative thought.
God within you, devil within you, controls negative thoughts. Positive is controlled by what we call the higher self, the better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? The divine self. Shit, going to the devil stage, it gets real deep there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to break that down as I go. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what our people battling right there, bro. But this ain't something that's a popular book. It ain't like the Bible or nothing like that. And you know, folks got to adapt to hearing stuff like this, because it's deep and the work don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, excuse the flipping on the channel, man. It's on the phone. I'm at the picture. But that's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, That's, you like, you ain't never just sat back and thought about, man, why the fuck am I thinking like this, man? Why am I thinking like this, bruh? Like, wait a minute, man, what's going on? And then with me showing you this right here, that's going to help you decode that. You might not want to look at it that way, or you might think it's superstition in a way. But man, that shit real, man. I done been through it myself, or else I wouldn't even be putting this work together for y'all, man. Like, I actually care about y'all as well, because this is for all the spiritual warriors, man. It's a lot of people that's still in spiritual bondage. And I'm finna bring this work here to help them see where it's coming from, man, so they can reverse the way they feel, reverse how they think, and become masters of their thoughts. But let's keep going.
How do you gain control of the minds of people?
Oh, that is easy. I merely move in and occupy the unused space of the human brain.
Mm-hmm.
I sow the seeds of negative thought in the minds of people so I can occupy and control the space.
The unused part of the brain. Then it sows the seed in that space that what you not using your brain at. And then it creates this negative shit from there.
You must have many tricks and devices by which you gain and hold control of the human mind.
See, this is
To
how
be
I get
sure,
into
I
your
employ
mind, bro.
tricks and devices to control human thought.
Let's go.
My devices are clever ones, too.
Check it out.
Go ahead and describe your clever tricks, Your Majesty.
One of my cleverest devices for mind control is fear.
Okay. Mind control. Outwitting the devil. Fear. So fear is another way that it gets into our mind. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's fucked up to me. Because it got to start on you when you're young. Because that's where the fears usually come from, when you're young. But if whatever fear that you got, that is a gateway for negative thinking. That's the gateway for the devil to step into your mind, or whatever deity you want to call that, or spirit.
I plant the seed of fear in the minds of people, and as these seeds germinate and grow, through use, I control the space they occupy.
See that? So, over time, as you growing from your younger days, bro, it's shit happening, events, and things causing you to be afraid. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You're hearing gunshots. Shit, you might have seen your mama get body slammed or knocked out, or, you know what I'm saying, something tragic happened to one of your family members. That's also something that installs fear. Getting beat while you're young, and, you know, abusive family, toxic family, it all starts with that right there. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it, man. It goes deep, because you got to look back into your own people life and begin to cut these goddamn puppet strings that the devil got attached to your mind, man, trying to get you to keep tripping and flipping out and negative, intrusive thoughts and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I think real deep when it comes to that, bro. But this work here on Outwitting the Devil, it helps me speak to y'all on where I'm coming from with it.
The 6 most effective fears are the fear of poverty.
Let's go. Poverty. That's the first one. You know what I'm saying? And nigga. That's a gateway. Poverty is a gateway. And to get folks into thinking negative, bro. And it's a part of the six effective fears. So if it can keep a nigga out here struggling and in the rat race, it figure you'll stay off balance spiritually. And you gain and then you lose, you know what I'm saying? And when you begin to see it's all spiritual and start awakening up to something like this, yeah, man, it hit different, bro. But poverty, that's fucking up a lot of people in the United States. Nigga, well, I mean, we see that every day in the hood, bro. Like, damn near shit. Like, poverty is, oh man, like, these are 6, one of the part of the fear, but at the same time, this is a weapon I'm gonna talk about breaking too, and how to break it when I get further on. But damn, man, like poverty, bro. Look at that, man. Like, just look how it affects people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they showed us that shit in movies, man. As soon as the niggas start having spiritual poverty, and you know what I'm saying, shit start going down, you already know what energy is around. And even when you're doing good, it try to get you back into the state of that part to where, damn, I'm fucked up, and damn, man, I'm doing bad and shit, bro. That is a part of the devil's tool and one of his weapons of his 6 effective fears, bro, to keep niggas out here tripping and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Criticism, ill health.
Okay, criticism and ill health, nigga. That's the second and the third. Criticism. Now, we all go through that. We done been through that. Criticism. Where does criticism first come from? Unless you got a family that's intelligent enough not to criticize you. That shit come right from your household. And then maybe you go somewhere else, and as through your youth, criticism presents itself. So these effective fears is most effective when we're growing up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? When we're growing up. So, it's, you know, think about them times, man, when your folks criticize you over some complete BS. You know what I'm saying? You know, criticize you because your grades ain't good. Criticize you because you the way you are. You know, belittle you and shit like that. That's all negative thinking. You know what I'm saying? That comes from intrusive negative thinking that your folks have, as they accepted that part of them. So let's say it like this, man. Folks got to understand they be operating with the devil when they use criticism to bring down another. So we know criticism come from the devil for sure. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we know folks know what they doing and know what they say. But then too, at the same time, you know, your people contradict themselves, and then they show you love, and then they criticize you. Like, nigga, that, you know, that shit there is a part of the devil. That's a part of the 6 deadly weapons. Ill health. Man, just shit, you can drive around and see how ill health is if you got ill health. You see how that make you feel. That's a gateway into people's minds, because that's what this is about. How negative thoughts enter into people's mind through these 6 effective fears that the devil is describing in his here work, Outwitting the Devil, man. So this is what I'm talking about. So that ill health part, bro, man, and then just think about it. You got ill health, nigga, you living in poverty, and you get hit with criticism, bro. That's some shit right there. And then look, the last 2, I'm about to get ready and let those play. But that's already powerful enough for them first 3 to hit you like that. But it's all in your mind, though. You remember, you know what I'm saying? They ain't give us a good description on how the devil worked. But maybe with a few one of them verses in the Bible, like a thief in the night, that's how them intrusive thoughts is, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's just many things, bro, that can formulate this shit to coming into your mind, bro. Like, I'm just beginning. But ill health, though. Like, man, you know how that feel, man, if your body ain't operating right. Like, if you know what I'm saying, if your man ain't standing up and you trying to whack something and it ain't working, and you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I'm just saying, though, ill health, man. You know, that makes folks age quick. You know what I'm saying? That make folks, they don't be the same, bro. If they having a health come through and it mess them up, you know, folks becoming to get depressed. And all that is a gateway into the person's mind and their soul, man. Mixed in with them being on poverty, also causing them to reach a state of illness through an excessive worry and overworking and shit like that. Like, yo, man, this shit is deep, bro. And then the part with criticism. You might be in there with your lover, your family, your mama. You might got some narcissists around in your fucking family. And criticism comes from folks that are, I say, that's spiritually blind at that time. Because not everyone is deep into it with the devil. But the devil does have his puppets. And it does have strings on, has this string on some of our folks that they ain't quite learned to attach yet. And that's that negative thinking and using that force as something to make your other family member feel bad or provoke anger or some shit. Like, that's all the devil's work. And families seem to don't understand that. Whoever, you got to understand that, man. That's the work of the devil, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up criticism. Just check these other two out.
Loss of love, old age, and death.
Loss of love, old age, death. Now, loss of love is a motherfucker. And then, too, we got to realize, I think it depends on if the situation wasn't too bad, you don't lose love. People still have love for you if you break up, family. It depends on the situation, but to lose love for some folks is devastating, bro. Now, breaking up, you know what I'm saying, or somebody died, bro, it leads also to a form of negative thinking. And I've seen that myself before. Folks go to over grieving or whatever you want to say, bro. And sometimes you can say something to them and they might think you're saying the wrong thing. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? But to lose love, bro, that's one of the part of his weapons too. So you best believe it's going to come after your love. So if it can cause you to lose love and you begin to grieve about that too much, and it could cause you to drift into a state of negative thinking. It ain't got to always be in the form of people thinking about you. It's just the way you probably could be thinking about yourself. So that's how you know the devil's knocking at your door with some clever thoughts that you think yours. Because remember, bro, it's sowed the seeds of negative thoughts in your mind throughout time. So if you don't have a good understanding of what loss of love is, then it can have a negative effect on you. Old age, shit, you can see that has an effect on folks. Some folks, it don't have an effect on. Some folks, they don't want to get old. They don't want to give it up to young spirits yet, you feel me? And death. That's just something a nigga learned that nigga, that's just there, nigga. Like, that ain't even real, but death is just one of the 6 effective weapons. That's the last one. Because don't nobody know when they gonna die. And if somebody's just too fixated on that shit, you might just bring it your way. But that's another way to get into your mind, to start fear. And then think about all that. You get hit with ill health. You're going through poverty. Motherfuckers criticizing you. You done lost some love. You got me up in old age. And then you don't know when you're gonna die. You can see how folks be tripping out here, man. And shit like that. That shit make a nigga really look and think deep about what somebody's going through. Because to stop that negative thinking like that, bro, you gotta really sit back and reflect. You know what I'm saying? And if you got all these things going on within your mind, just know that those are gateways, bro, for negative thinking. And it's more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's a gateway for negative thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And what, I ain't gonna just jump to how to beat that. I'm gonna say that for another video. But it get complicated, bro, when you still learning this yourself. And then you trying to show it to your people that's Bibles, that's been coming up on the Bible, and they probably still think of it in that way. And not knowing that what else I'm gonna show y'all inside this out with the devil, man, is gonna let you know that also leads to you having negative intrusive thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is a complicated sounding topic, because I know everybody, do my feelings. That's where we gotta watch out for the fucking trap at. You gotta really think about how you feeling in the other person in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you thinking positive about someone and they on some negative shit, you gotta hold your positivity. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, You got to stay on your throne. You the God is but you got to stay on your throne. You know what I'm saying? And getting trained and conditioned while you young, man, hearing motherfuckers tongue lash you and you getting punched and bullied on during school. And like, man, it's so many doors this thing could use, my nigga, to get into your mind. It can cause a nigga shit. You fuck around and done shot somebody out this motherfucker if you got pressed too strong. You know what I'm saying? Beat up on your wife, get mad, argue with your folks. Shit, you might get too drunk and argue with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just know that when you're on that frequency, this is what the devil's talking about, by how it sows seeds into people's minds throughout time of the unused space in their mind through all those 6 effective things. You know what I'm saying? So the root cause of this is spiritual. That negative shit you seeing and we hearing, it's spiritual, bro. Once you graduate from ignorance, you'll begin to see that it is. And now you'll knock at the door and be like, what make kinfolk think like that today? What's going on? You know, it's clever with how it does. It's getting you to get into a combative argument with your people or someone in love, because it's always in a picture stirring up something. And when you're aware of looking at it like that on that level, motherfuckers might think you tripping, but it's not. But we out here seeing these things every day, and you know, somebody might be with you like that next to you now, and they flip the script on you, then they back loving you, then they flip the script on you. That show you, man, what intrusive negative thoughts could do if a person ain't aware of one of these divide and conquer tactics, or all of them, by this spiritual enemy. It's an energy that you can't see. So they say it's ancient, but whatever the fuck it is, I ain't got to prove to y'all this, because all you got to do is turn on the TV, turn on the news. You can Google up people's murders, bro. You can Google up and see people fight. All of this shit stems from that spirit, what you call the devil, or whatever else y'all call it after that. I see it because it done played off of me first. So in order for me to get that balance, like I did now, and I'm going to talk about that later too, I had to come to realization and keep learning, bro. And this is what a part of my learning brought me to right here. It's out with the devil. Because this been in my conscious for a long time. It came out years ago. You know what I'm saying? But that's something, man. That's powerful for those things to be used against you. And you might not think like that. You know what I'm saying? But poverty, yes, is something that's designed. And if you see the devil in his world and the devil in his government, there you go. You know what I'm saying? But that there, man, our folks got to really look into it, man, and catch the way they be thinking about each other, bro. Because the way we'll get to thinking about each other, bro, I mean, if you know some shit about somebody, you know some shit about somebody. But don't be the devil, man, and spread these people business, because whatever dirt they doing, man, it's gonna come out anyway. Because sometimes, man, when folks do a little too much, they get their damn self away. And that's what the fucking devil wants you to do. Get you negative as fuck. Or you think you hiding something, but you ain't hiding nothing. You're not being honest with folks. You criticize the motherfuckers that show you love. You know what I'm saying? It's all the work of the evil one, man. You know what I'm saying? So family, everybody talking about coming up in the church, but it didn't give you a good description of how that shit really worked, man, how that energy worked. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's deep, man. All of that right there. You know what I'm saying? Put some on your ear real quick.
Which of these 6 fears serves you most often, Your Majesty?
The first and the last, poverty and death. At one time or another during life, I tighten my grip on all people through one or both of these. I plant these fears in the minds of people so deftly that they believe them to be their own creation. I accomplish this end by making people believe I am standing just beyond the entrance gate of the next life, waiting to claim them after death for eternal punishment.
Man.
Of course,
check this.
I cannot punish anyone, except in that person's own mind.
See that, man? You can't fuck with you nowhere but inside your mind, nigga. It's telling you clear as daylight. Your mind. The negative part of the unused space of your mind. So how the fuck you gonna criticize somebody because they ain't get the job that you think they should get as a parent? Or you criticize your wife because she'll want to lick your nuts or something, bro. Like, what kind of shit is that, bro? Like, you talk crazy to children. That's another thing I'm seeing people do. You criticizing your child, folks, bro. This is just children. You criticizing them, talking to them like they somebody off the goddamn street. That show you that the devil got that person in the fucking neckhead. Neckhead, I mean chokehold, man. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. They ain't fully in possession, but those are light stages. But poverty and death, man. You see that, man? You know what I'm saying? But for it to get you in your own mind, that should make you sit back and think, man. Think about all your actions that you done did, bro. That you feel that was fucked up. You know, even the ones you might want to try to right your wrong on. But look at all these actions, bro. We have to. If we're spiritual warriors, we have to. We have to look at all our actions. We have to go back. If your mind can work like that, and you begin to piece together, man, how this motherfucker got into your mind, and you know, you used to be someone that mind cutting back somebody with the tongue, using it as a sword to make somebody feel bad, calling them out their name, criticizing them because you're ashamed, or criticizing them because you're full of anger. Like, you know, that's the spirit of the devil working on that person, but they not in possession of it. Because some folks get possessed, niggas start fighting their family, nigga. And they're trying to murder their family. All done fought and murdered their family, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But look at that, though. You might not think they not getting punished, but look at how they going about things. They getting punished big time, bro. Like, I remember as a child, man, seeing folks walk around punishing themselves in the mind with this energy. That's what that is. And you think, man, this book had been out before my time. So you're thinking folks had the wisdom to understand, okay, man, I shouldn't do this to myself like that. You know what I'm saying? And do that to myself like that. You know, that would lead you to start to unravel, man, why the hell is this happening to everybody else, man? Why is it seeming like, okay, you getting into it with your grandfather or your neighbor about some shit, right? Like, what is the cause of that shit? Which one of y'all actually initiated into believing the negative thought or trying to actually put the fire out before it blazes? You got some folks that ain't gonna put the fire out before it blazes. See, they might look like just because they got this and got that, but man, them people, if the devil punishing them in their mind, that's just the mask, bro. They full of negative thinking, and that shit gonna show. That's gonna let you know that they are, let's say it like this, man. I wouldn't say they're a fully possessed person by the devil. People that go possessed do evil things. That means harm to someone. I'm gonna say when folks got that little old devil on them that they need to get off their shoulder, that's the little devil on your shoulder. But when you actually turn into the devil, you're gonna do harm and violence. But that's another level. I'm gonna get to you on that in a minute, man. Let's get right back to this.
Through some form of fear. But fear of the thing which does not exist is just as useful to me as fear of that which does exist.
Now, that's some shit, bro. How do a nigga, you fear something in your mind that ain't real, and then it becomes powerful enough to where it damn near become real, nigga? Like, I think perfect example is like when you're a kid, not a kid, but a child, and you might be having nightmares, and it's these little things running through your mind as a child, childhood fears, to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? And you might was actually believing that it was a monster under the bed or something, but it probably was just a shadow of a toy, or a toy looking like something under a bed. But then too, it could have just been something under the fucking bed. That's a lot to pick from. Because as children, we have seen things, me as well. So some of us probably have really seen a monster or a shadow being. We didn't understand what that was. Or you could just be seeing a reflection. So it's so many things that you got to come to question how it make you fear something that's just in your goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying?
All forms of fear extend the space I occupy in the human mind.
All forms of fear occupy the space. So it gets you on every last one of your weaknesses, bro. This is me breaking down negative thinking and where it comes from. Yeah, it's a part of you. And guess what else is a part of you? Because you can hear the shit and you can feel it. Like it's a choice before you can decide if you want to do this and do that. But for you to fear and you don't understand why you're fearing, it opens up the door for you thinking negative. And like, how is that? It's because first off, if you're going to fear something, you want to know why are you feeling? Why are you fearing this? You know what I'm saying? Look at it, analyze that. Okay, where it come from? Did it come from when I was growing up? Most time it probably did come from when you was growing up. And then what it did was just grow to grow. So as you became an adult, you still moving around with childhood fears. Fears that was seeds planted in your mind when you was growing up in the youth as an adult. Like some folks probably, have a fear of men, have a fear of women, a fear of getting abused, a fear of someone doing something bad to them. Like it can tweak your mind into keep thinking about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Your Majesty, will you explain how you gained this control over human beings?
The story is too long to be told in a few words.
I bet you it is.
It began over 1 million years ago when the first man began to think. Up to that time, I had control over all mankind, but enemies of mine discovered the power of positive thought, placed it in the minds of men, and then began a battle on my part to remain in control.
Man, listen, this is only 5 minutes into the damn video. But you see where I'm coming from. This is spiritual warfare. This is a part of where negative thinking generates it from. This is where it grows from. You see, we don't come into this world with negative fucking thoughts. Not as children, my nigga. We too positive. Nigga running around this bitch thinking he's Shinobi or something. The Red Ranger, Batman. And laughing and playing and then go to sleep and have fun with your other siblings and bad energy around. And with children, that's when they start fighting and saying shit to each other. And they don't really understand why they doing that. They just see another child, you ugly, maybe because they see another, you know what I'm saying? Man, devil, that energy is a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, man.
So far, I have done quite well by myself, having lost only 2% of the people to the opposition.
Yeah. Positive thought. Negative thought. Man, that's like, goddamn, bro. Like, we all deal with that on a daily basis. And a lot of us have become skilled spiritual warriors at protecting our peace and also being able to understand when someone else is having a bad day, because negative thoughts leads to negative behavior. And then that becomes something that some negative words going to be said. You know what I'm saying? Man, so when you staying positive and you thinking accurately That's what helps you get your negative off. I'm going to break that down later too. But back to the negative thinking. You see, that's the battle that we dealing with. Shit, I even still deal with it. You know what I mean? I'm a negative person. But, you know, I got my shield up, blocking those fiery darts of negativity. But then I'm learning how it come in also other thought forms too. I'm going to break that down.
I take it from your answer that men who think are your enemies. Is that right?
It is not right, but it is correct.
Tell me something more about the world in which you live.
I live wherever I choose. Time and space do not exist for me.
Hey, man, it said live wherever it choose. Time and space do not exist. So that is an energy, nigga, that's primal, nigga. This energy can form in here right now. You know what I'm saying? It is the disruptive energy force. You know what I'm saying? Time and space don't exist for it. Nigga, what the fuck kind of entity is this? You know what I'm saying? What kind of, what kind of, like, bro, like, but we know what it is now, because I'm showing you. But that's what that is, bro. Like, you sitting there, bro, with all these negative thoughts. Just put the devil on the other side of that shit.
I'm a force best described to you as energy. My favorite physical dwelling place, as I have told you, is in the minds of the earthbound.
You see that, man? Favorite dwelling places in our minds, nigga. Our minds, bro. Like, our minds. And you see my bro be sitting around blazing up blunts, niggas smoking cigarettes, throwing back Coronas, working. Man, there's a lot of things, bro, that it used to get your mind operating on negative. You know what I'm saying? It don't want you to think clear. You know what I'm saying? But it loves to be in your mind, because this is what I'm telling you. Negative thinking forms inside of your mind. In between that, this is what's going on. So you need to read your thoughts. Like this right here. Okay, boom. Analyze it. And what is the devil trying to say? What is it trying to show? What is it trying to test me with? When you begin to see everything is spiritual, then the awareness grows. But right now, remember, family, the way, if you're thinking negative about somebody, bro, really think about that. Because if you're someone that's still in bondage out here, it's going to take you a minute to understand where I'm coming from with this. You might think I'm tripping in here. You might think I'm skissing. You don't know what the fuck I'm in here doing. I'm just saying that. You know, because I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? When the devil come through, sit in between and mediate the destruction of your mind. You know what I'm saying? But it starts, bro, when we're young. Don't forget that. And then we grow up with this shit. So that negative thinking, it gets conditioned into you as you grow. So I'm telling you, this is the root of where it comes from. Like if you're angry, like all these different things, bro, you got questions too. You know what I'm saying?
I control a part of the brain space of every human being. The amount of space I occupy in each individual's mind depends upon how little and what sort of thinking that person does.
See that? It's in all of our minds, bro. Because like I told you at the beginning, it's a part of this. We are part of this. So it has its attachments. You know what I'm saying? And for you to combat that, for you to close the door, I ain't gonna necessarily say the door is gonna be closed, but you gotta turn your mind into a fucking, you gotta analyze every feeling, every thought, and understand what's all out of your control. Because I'm telling you, negative thinking, it corrodes, bro. Man, you can be successful and you think negative, or you can be what they call poor and think negative. It don't matter with this energy. You know what I'm saying?
As I have told you, I cannot entirely control any person who thinks.
You speak of your opposition. Just
when you think like how I'm sitting here thinking, you beat the negative thinking, bro. So family, negative thinking is a tool of what you call the devil and all its other names. The bad spirit, the monster, whatever you call it. But those are what I call the little old devil on your shoulder. That's just the little state of ignorance. Because it get deeper, bro. And it depends on how much thinking that you do will save you from actually going down to being led into another, and being led into destruction to where you start to do evil now. It started from negative thinking, but then you bounce to evil. But right now, we just start no negative thinking. Because if you get too much chaos on you, man, and you start to let this devil feed you with this negative energy, it's going to lead you to doing something that you're going to regret doing. And some of us got to go through that, or some of all of us do. So if you're able to wake up from it and go, if it's, like I say, if it's light, then you can get you some forgiveness from it. But you gotta hurry up and change after that. You beat on a woman, don't beat on her no more. You shot a nigga, don't shoot him no more. You know what I'm saying? If you mad at your mama, shit, that's deep. Because you see, your mama could be an agent of the devil, nigga. But how this energy is, man, it's something else, bro. Like, man.
What do you mean by that?
My opponent controls all the positive forces of the world.
See that? Now you on God's team when you staying positive. And yeah, I know it's tough, man, because when you graduating from being a negative positive person and then you're getting positive, yeah, it's deep. It's deep. Just as me for to talk about this negative part of it first. It's deep. Because, man, when you staying on that level, you'll be getting to see how petty negative thinking is, bro. And then, yeah, you're on your way to having some salvation with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Staying free from letting those negative, intrusive thoughts become something that keeps bouncing and bouncing. Yeah, it's going to do that for a minute. Even if they keep coming back, you just know that's what they are. You have to learn how to detach from that shit. Like, man, that's just what it is, a thought. It can't control you because you're thinking accurately. You know, okay, damn. If I go shoot Ricky down the street and somebody see me, I'm doing time. And then if you really want to tap into the devil, it'll make you sit back and think of a clean way to murder someone. Or you go about it with anger and rage. Like, it got different stages. But that little old devil, that's the one level of generational curse that I'm talking about, that starts with these forms that lead to our people with the negative thinking, bro.
Such as love, faith, hope, and optimism. Mm-hmm. My opponent also controls the positive.
Love, faith, hope, optimism. Nigga, you gotta keep those modes on every day, and you gotta be a spiritual warrior with it at the same time.
The factors of all natural law throughout the universe. The forces which keep the earth and the planets and all the stars balanced in their courses. But these forces are meek in comparison with those which operate in the human mind under my control. You see, I do not seek to control stars and planets. I prefer the control of human minds.
Where did you acquire your power? And by what means do you add to it?
I add to my power by appropriating the mind power of the earthbound as they come through the gate at the time of death. 98 out of every 100 who come back to my plane from the earth plane are taken over by me, and their mind power is added to my being. I get all who come over with any form of fear. You see, I am constantly at work, preparing the minds of people before death, so I can appropriate them when they come back to my plane.
Man.
Will you tell me how you go about your job of preparing human minds so you can control them?
I have countless ways of gaining control of human minds while they are still on the earth plane.
While you still alive. See that there, man? I mean, you nigga, it's spiritual kung fu out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you guys the Super Saiyan up on with positive thinking to a high level, nigga, and then you gotta live by it, and then you become the Christ that way. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But man, bro, I'm telling you,
The greatest weapon is poverty.
Poverty
I
is the
deliberately
greatest
discourage
weapon.
people from accumulating material wealth because poverty discourages men from thinking and makes them easy prey for me.
See that? Poverty is his greatest weapon. So think about it, if you can get millions of people to fall into poverty. And this is what it does.
My next best friend is ill health. An unhealthy body discourages thinking. Then I have countless thousands of workers on Earth who aid me in gaining control of human minds.
Man, all of that, bro. Like, you know.
I have these agents placed in every calling.
Yeah.
They represent every race and creed, every religion.
Who are your greatest enemies on Earth, Your Majesty?
All who inspire people to think and act on their own initiative are my enemies. Such men as Socrates, Confucius, Voltaire, Emerson, Thomas Paine, and Abraham
Talking about
Lincoln.
philosophers.
And you are not doing me any good either.
Is it true that you use men who have great wealth?
As I have already told you, poverty is always my friend because
Poverty.
it discourages independence of thought and encourages fear in the minds of men.
Boom. Now you see why brothers be out here taking L's to a whole nother level. Now I'm talking about nigga will take a L to a whole nother level. Not whole, and some of our bros, man, they ain't the most intelligent. They done lost some of it they're doing their due diligence, they doing their thing with poverty. Bro, and it's just in these niggas, it's just in the minds. But when niggas take them L's, bro, they take it to another level. You know, I done took some little L's. To me, I just call them lessons. But some folks take losses, and they take a loss. And the way they go to taking a loss, you know the devil wrapped around their mind, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some wealthy men serve my cause, while others do me great damage, depending on how the wealth is used.
Yeah, man. Depending on how that wealth is used, bro. Alright, man. Depending on how that wealth is used. So, with that right there, on Outwitting the Devil, I'm going to stop at that little masterpiece, because all that right there is enough for me right there, man, to run off with for the rest of this little video. Now, what I just showed y'all, bro, that was just half in the beginning of that video. But that is where I'm coming from. You know, all the other stuff it was describing, that was a part of what would lead to being into your mind and this negative thinking and this fear of losing shit and this fear of criticism and this fear of loss of love and your health going bad and like, bro, this losing your love. You know what I'm saying? So if you lose your love, you gotta definitely look at yourself, because when folks have lost love and lost relationships, some folks become devastated. Some folks are full of pride. They just go on and move the fuck on. But still, too, you know, when it's time for that awakening, and it's time to sit back and look at your behavior and your thoughts and your actions, it's gonna bring you to, well, the Bible says something about the devil in this world and this and this and that. Okay, there we go right there. So that is where negative, intrusive thoughts come from. They've been born with us. Not as we was born, but as we come over. So it's like this motherfucking thing is all knowing too. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna zap you glow. As soon as you come out the womb, it already stuck I'm gonna say it like this, it stamped you with the patch of corruption, or not full corruption, but let's say ignorance. It stamped you with the small sticker. You get the little sticker of ignorance. Some folks get the big sticker. And that's when you see what we've been seeing throughout our time living. And all the situations that we sat back and like, damn, man, you know, they ain't make no sense on how they fell out like that. And all, man, I'm telling you, man, the devil been behind the scene this whole time while we all used to think we was tripping, but we know we not. Now we know we not, because there's a lot of people talking about it and people are seeing it themselves. It is an energy. And when you begin to look at it from a spiritual view and begin to change those negative ways, it helps you grow with throughout time, then, you know, you'll begin to get good at stopping the negative, intrusive thinking, and you'll be able to sit back and analyze, like, oh, here we go again with this weird shit. Where this coming from? But for some folks that's still in bondage with the little devil on their shoulder, you got that little stamp of ignorance, and you still arguing, you still fighting. You could be, you know, you operating on that frequency. Don't you know that makes you an agent, man, of the devil? Because it might be causing you to do things to someone that you shouldn't be doing, and when you come clear, you recognize that. But to sit and to be in a room with someone, and then negative thoughts start coming to your mind, that's when you gotta peep and see what level that person is on. What's, like, you might think you're reading their mind or something, but, you know, if that person is not upset, just listen to how they talk. Then listen to the thoughts that's going in your mind. Like, where the fuck is this? Like, I'm going to slap it. Well, what make you think about slapping that person? You know what I'm saying? Why you want to, you know, get mad at someone because they caught you fucking around with someone? Like, listen, man, that's when the devil is puppeteering a person on their weaknesses. And it uses their emotional, which is your power, to make those thoughts finalize in your head. So you hearing your thoughts, but it's manipulating your fucking voice with your thoughts. And then you gotta make sure, this is who you are. Are you someone that like to beat on women? This is how you break, this is how you identify that, okay, man, this is some old violent stuff running through my mind, bro. This is some, why? It ain't that serious. But some folks let it become that serious because that voice knows who's to pick, and it got that person broke them down over time, where somewhere down the line it causes little J Rob to shoot little Tim Bug in the head because he ain't like the nigga because he was from the west side. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to analyze all of this, man, once you become aware of where this negative thinking coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the masterpiece, bro, but this just me showing y'all, bro, I'm about to come with some real heat. And it might not sit with everybody well when they first hear this, or whoever, but for those that are spiritual warriors, man, y'all gonna understand where I'm coming from, because this is who I'm making these videos for. And also those who might happen to just stumble on a nigga video, like, man, what he talking about? Nigga, spiritual negative thinking. Just sit down, bro, and listen to where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to come with a series on negative thinking, and, you know, and I'm gonna get real descriptive on how, where it comes from. You know, breaking it down from how it comes at us from childhood and on up. So, you know, this is enough, a lot right now, to get you thinking accurately. So you won't be sitting at home arguing with your girl over some bills, bro. Or folks having doubt. I mean, of course, I understand, but that it shows you, man, how it operates in the mind of a human is different from how it chooses to operate on the earth and all that other stuff there. That it's not interested in that. It's more it's interested in getting you and me to think on some negative shit. Like folks that's on some negative shit gonna be tripping and thinking I'm on some negative shit. Cause I'm sitting in here talking about this. No, I'm not tripping. Cause thoughts can click on in anybody's mind at any moment. But oh well, that's what they are. They just fucking thoughts, right? You know what I'm saying? They just thoughts. But for you to master that is for you to have an understanding on where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving you what I call an introduction into where it comes from. But bro, I'm finna break some more shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to everybody that hear this video, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the negative side of the atom, of the unused space of our mind first before I jump to the positive parts, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like, I used to get damn near tormented by negative thinking. You know what I'm saying? Man, once I started getting spiritual clarity, bro, which is a clear mind, a better outlook on, you know, myself and life, I began to detach. Cause man, I done heard some of the utmost stupidest negative shit. And then folks turn around and love you. And then here it come again. And then how it could actually influence someone in your family to just keep thinking negative of you when you don't think negative of yourself. Man, those are clear signs of the devil at work. That means your family got that old devil on their shoulder, that little manipulative devil. I call that the little one, because his job is just to keep up confusion and spread negative energy amongst the family. Ain't nobody gonna kill each other if there's real love there. But y'all have a lot of judgment issues and shit. And you sitting somewhere, the next thing you know, somebody preaching to you about some shit, giving you opinions that really the devil operates in that field too. Because sometimes folks just need to realize, man, when you're able to realize now that you know, you can't criticize someone because of what they don't know yet and what they still learning, and with them still waking up from being in between positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? Like good and bad. Like that's what goes on in the mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's that spirit, homie. Like that's how you read that. Like you can be sitting in a room full of niggas on some 100% evil shit. And you just sitting there like, man, damn. It is a lot of evil shit coming through my mind. That's coming from them niggas, bro. You could just be detecting what they finna do, what one of them thinking. You might not know until you actually hear one of them say something. Like, man, that's bro over there with this, talking about shooting the op shit. And I'm feeling, yeah, you can feel when that presence is near and it's there. And then you sitting and you watching your homie or your cousin get influenced by this energy, bro. You speak positive to them, but listen, bro. When niggas is logged in on negative, and that devil and it knows it done got it to that level, and it already know who it's gonna get to that level out of that old crew of y'all, maybe 5 to 10 of y'all. It knows which one of y'all niggas is the most evil, is or capable of doing something real foul, or the one who is troublesome. That's how you know if your homies got the devil on them. You know, he trying to bang out the girl you say you love. If he hit her, then you know the devil's with her ass too. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is have sex with her. If he do that and she do that, that show you where the devil kicks in. That, you know what I'm saying? Real friends, y'all gonna know what time it is before that even happen. It won't happen because y'all know. It can't manipulate y'all into chaos over a freak. It can't manipulate you to bang with the homie over there from Fort Trey because you from 1030 or something, my nigga. Like, it's clever ways to get you to think negative. It's deep, bro. You gotta look at how you are first. You gotta look at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at who you are. If you see, you know, you got flaws and That's where you start. That's where, okay, your flaws is another place that brings in intrusive negative thoughts, which are negative thoughts, which are thoughts that you believe to be yours. That's the main thing about this shit. How is it thoughts? How is it that I hear something like, nigga, I want to whoop my cousin ass because he stole my $200, right? Then some on the other side, you're like, man, fuck that. I ain't fucking with kinfolk no more. Charge that shit to the gang. But you choose to whoop kinfolk ass over some shit. You might have hurt your kinfolk and his condition got worse because he already in spiritual bondage. But think about it, bro. If they would have had us in church sitting us down, talking about, let me tell you where negative thinking comes from. It is such and such and such and such. And then they had our grandparents and them talking on a level like this. We could, you know what I'm saying? And then that could have been passed down. But as we see, its job is to operate with nothing but full negative. So it's the negative outcome of everything. And in the midst of that, you do find order out of that little chaos you've been through in your life, bro. But anytime you begin to feel or think negative, put that shit on the desk and study it, nigga, like some homework. Man, balance that out, man. Is it worth me getting mad at this woman over this and that? Bro, like you begin to unmask some dark things about yourself. And then when you come to realize that, you got to push that shit down. Like, hold on, nigga. Nah, this is, like, you say you love women, but you beat them up. You say you're not, you know, a snake in the grass, but you spread chaos amongst your people and you do scandalous shit for money. You know what I'm saying? Some folks are with the motherfucking thoughts until it break them down or take them out. That's when a person is really deep in that well. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm just here, man, just with this here little video, bro, just to let y'all understand, bro, it's a spirit, bro. Once you begin to get past that little generational curse, you'll start to begin to detach from the drama. And you'll damn near be like a whole nother person, man. So that's the homework for you to do for whoever that's hearing this, that's battling with the intrusive negative thinking. Look at where it comes from. You know, we spiritual. We spirits having a divine human experience. So this the shit we're gonna have to experience and go through so we can come back to the better version of ourselves. But man, don't sit around and let stupid thoughts. Sometimes we entertain them. I mean, that's as far as they can go. It's just let that shit stay in your mind. Sometimes it's best not to say. You know, really don't even. To me, I think it's just best, my nigga, to utter out foolish talking to yourself and talking to your people foolishly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's showing you, okay, man, you know, it's time for me I need to get away. So for you to get past that, for you to get away, bro, it could be the environment you in. So, I mean, the clever ways, because that's just only half of what I'm coming from. So this is here. I'm just giving you a nice little long look presentation, part 2 of where I'm coming from. I think I'll probably do like 2 more videos on this here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. But this is for the spiritual warriors and for those that's in spiritual bondage, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be free, man, from all of these negative spiritual attachments that we really didn't want, that we didn't come in this world with, that came with us as we got here. You know what I'm saying? So, man, reflect. You know what I'm saying? That's the best tool against intrusive thinking. Reflect on that and reflect on everything is coming. Just reflect on that, man. You know, honey, if she fucking broke your window, man, don't run her over with a car. Shit, if she busts your windshield, don't get out and slap her upside the fucking head, bro. don't throw a brick through a window because she fucking punched your damn car window. Like, I just seen that shit happen the other day. That was ridiculous. It don't matter if the car new, but that ain't nothing that you control, that you can't control. You seeing the devil at work right there, but when you ignorant, you gonna be a part of the shit. You gonna get mad, old girl, she tripping and you on this here and now she done hit your window, now you get mad and run and throw a brick at her or you gotta chase her down. Listen, man, I ain't talking as no fucking saint. I have learned from my flaws and studied myself well. And with that came the discernment and the ability to be able to read what I'm telling you about. And see, that's where a brother at now. See that negative, intrusive thinking, bro? Man, like, it ain't easy to stop when you're growing up, especially if you done got conditioned into the condition and you with the smoke a little bit. So when somebody say something foul to you, you use the language of the devil back. And that ain't what we supposed to do. Because that language is nothing. It's a part of negative, intrusive thinking that somebody let finalize in their mind without thinking accurately of what they saying and where they coming from and how they about to behave. Because some folks get to the possessed part where they start putting their hands on folks and now they doing evil because they doing harm to someone and it's getting violent. So that person they graduated from intrusive thinking to a motherfucking demon now. And maybe they won't be the demon for too long because if they hurt somebody, then they got to go do their time in jail. And they might wake up there. That's what doesn't happen to a lot of warriors as well. They let anger get the best of them. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I can sit right here now and start thinking negative, but that's by me thinking. But I'm just sitting here and I just get thoughts of running down the street and fucking shooting at the neighbors. That is of the fucking devil, bro. That's an intrusive thought. Go shoot the neighbors. That is a fucking intrusive thought, bro. Knowing damn well I'm not finna shoot not one soul on this motherfucking block unless they trying to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? You walking in the mall and you see a woman. Damn, she fine. Man, I want to sure hit that pussy. But you got a whole wife next to you or a husband. And you let intrusive negative thoughts become something that materializes because now you done slipped up and went and did that. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to happen until you aware of this shadow energy that's attached to you. You know what I'm saying? And I might just smoke a mouthful of shit, but it was deep though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just where it's coming from. Now I'm about to get to the most subject it, man. This next thing is going to be on intrusive negative thoughts, how it's formed and where it comes from when you're young. You know what I'm saying? That might not be what the title is, but that's what I'm finna go on next. Yeah, man. May love and everyone that's spiritual warriors and understand where I'm coming from find this video. And man, we can build our spiritual community together, bro. Because it's like a lot of ideas that's knocking at the door right now. And I know this might not work overnight and I ain't looking forward to. But yeah, this is my second little video on it. Yeah, man, I'll link up with y'all next time, man. Have a good one.